Hey, what is up guys? It's your boy Speedier, and today I want to talk about 5 innovative builds. 5 builds that are very powerful right now that almost no one is using. Or at least only high MMR players are abusing right now, and you need to take these heroes and builds. I'll specifically be talking about item builds and skill builds, as well as the hero actions, so that you can dominate your pubs as well. Without further ado, smash the like button. It does mean the world. Like, we actually put a lot of effort in, you know, like I'm a human being, believe it or not. I don't just talk into a mic, I also eat food and, you know, like, do stuff. So smash the like button. And by the way, guys, if you want to become absolutely broken, well, what you need to do is sign up to the gameleap website down below right now. The reason why you should do that is because every single day we post a new video there. Content that you simply just will never get on YouTube, we post every single day to the website. It's really top tier stuff. I'm very proud of what I make over there. We also have other creators, many of my great friends who are top tier Dota players, creating guides about different heroes, different roles, different items, skill builds, talent builds, everything you need to know to get to the next rank. So if you feel a little bit lost, you're a little bit stuck, click the link down below. I'll see you guys there. And now let's get into the video. Alright, the first one is honestly the least innovative out of all of the builds, so stay tuned for all of them, but I think this is the best build out of all of them. It's Batrider mid. Now, I've been talking about Batrider for a while now. I put him very high on the mid laners list. Basically, I think this hero is pretty busted, and the build you want to go is as follows. You want to go mid, okay? You can go offlane, but I think he's best as a farming mid, primarily a farming mid. Yes, he can dominate certain mid matchups, such as like Ember. These melee heroes that cannot really get out of the way, he can kill them. So the Embers, the Storms, he can really pick on these heroes hard in the early levels. Specifically when he hits level 3, level 4, he can really go hard. But getting back to the point, you want to go bottle, then you want to go boots, then sometimes you buy a wand if it's a good wand matchup, then you buy bots, and when you hit bots, you just kill a side lane. Every game. Just do this. Farm mid until you have bots, don't leave mid, kill the mid wave, kill the small camp, stack something, pick up a rune, kill the mid wave, kill the camp, kill the large camp, kill mid wave, pick up a rune, kill the small camp, kill mid, rinse, repeat until you have like 9, 10, 11 minute bots. After that, you're either going to go BKB or you're going to rush Octarine. Now, I know this sounds crazy. The reason why you would rush Octarine, even though not too many people do this, is because it's really good in pubs if you are playing the side lanes and playing pickoffs. The value of Octarine is the fact that it lowers bots cooldown and every single one of your actives. It is insanely good for playing the side lanes, but you have to specifically only look for pickoffs. Don't take major team fights unless they're already low on HP and you won't get targeted. Because if you buy an Octarine and you're playing Batrider, you're going to have to essentially get melee range to do a large percent of your damage. And obviously, as a ranged hero that doesn't have too much HP, that can be, you know, fatal. So in your average game, you're just going to want to go bots BKB. At the 20-minute mark, almost every single game, buy the shard. Buy the shard. I even think pros are heavily underestimating how good Batrider shard actually is. 2 flame break charges that give you napalm stacks when you use it. You can instantly build 3 napalm stacks on your enemies in an AoE. That is a stupid amount of damage just from flame break, and if you end up lassoing someone and turning on Firefly, it largely kills them. The large majority of the time, it just does. And so yeah, this hero is pretty busted. I honestly think it's gonna be a massive hero at TI. I think it will be one of the heaviest contested heroes at TI, unless it gets nerfed, which it definitely might. So you gotta learn the hero, spam your Q, you watch a replay before you play, and yeah, good luck. The second build is what I like to call the Ice Night Stalker. I really love this hero as an offlane right now. He received a massive buff to his ulti, which is that at level 10, he now has a talent that increases his ultimate duration by 10 seconds. They did nerf his ultimate and make it a 10-second longer in cooldown, but the thing is, having 10 seconds more of duration is much better than having 10 seconds less cooldown, but also 10 seconds less duration. It's a very worthwhile trade-off, considering his other level 10 talent is trash. It's void damage, like 45. It's pathetic. It's literally pathetic. And so it is a massive buff in my opinion, like a massive buff, especially getting into the late game, which we'll talk about. All right, here's the build that you go in terms of items. You want to rush Corrosion, okay? If you have any kill threat on the enemy lane, you rush Corrosion. If you don't have any kill threat, let's say you're against a Lifestealer, and your position 4 is like a Nyx Assassin, okay, maybe you shouldn't rush Corrosion, but you should still have an Oov when it's coming towards nighttime, so you just wouldn't rush it. But let's say you're against a Medusa. I just watched him play a Night Stalker Enigma lane against a Silencer Medusa lane, they killed the Medusa multiple times when it hit nighttime because he rushed that corrosion, which worked very well. So yeah, if you have kill threat, there you go. If you don't, go stick. You can even go ring of health, this type of vibe. After that, you want to go boots, into phase boots, into wand, into raindrop. You need a ton of mana on this hero to spam the Q. That's your major farming tool. After that, you're going to go Sage's Mask for the mana regen, into Echo Saber. After the Echo Saber, which is a large majority of your damage, it's really nice. It keeps people in your silence, and it does a ton of damage. It's such a good stat item in the early game. For 2,500 gold, the 15 strength that this item gives, insane amount of, HP regen, and very useful active is just nice. It's just good. After that, he goes Silver Edge. Yes, he literally rushed Silver Edge. Pretty crazy, right? He rushed Silver Edge and just hunted people in the night. After Silver Edge, he went BKB, after BKB Nullifier, and when you have Silver Edge, your ultimate, BKB, and a Nullifier, you can literally, I was going to make a full guide on it, and I'm going to actually for the website. I'm going to make a full guide for the Night Stalker game I just watched, and I'm basing this build off of. It's insane. The amount of kills you can get in pubs, like literally you can guarantee 20 kills in pubs, and it's not like some ads, it's not some like, doctors hate him, he can get like 20 kills in a pub if he follows these 3 tricks. No, like literally this build is that good at getting pickoffs. It is stupid good at getting pickoffs. He played like a 9k average MMR game. He made the enemy team look like they were just feeding, right? Even though these guys like have the best awareness out of any players that exist, they still fed. Coming in at number 3 is Venge Axe. If you're not familiar, I think this is on the come up, and I'm very convinced on this. I think it's becoming more and more popular, especially with pros. And yeah, the gist is that you buy an axe. The items that you can buy a wand beforehand, you can buy treads beforehand, and then you want to buy an axe as soon as possible. The reason why you buy an axe is it makes a copy of yourself. That copy refreshes all your abilities when you die, and you also respawn on top of it. It also gives you XP. Even if you are dead, you still can get XP part of the kills and gold, so you're just essentially alive. You also have more movement speed, and yeah, you can just imagine why it's good. It's literally like having a constant Aegis. That's what it is. And yeah, it's good because Venge dies a lot. This hero is slow and wants to save people or put people out of position. So it's incredibly good. And yeah, you want to play it as an offlaner. After the Ags, that's where like you can go multiple different builds. I've seen BKB Rush if the enemy team's all magical damage. If they're largely physical, you can go Manta, you can go Drums as well. I like that item. The only problem with Drums is it's not particularly good when you're dead because you can't activate it, but it's really nice if you pop it when you're alive. Coming in at number 4, this one is a little bit weird, but one of the most buffed heroes of 7.30 was Silencer. To the point where in 7.30B, the hero actually got nerfed. At level 15 in 7.30B, his Arcane Curse slow talent was reduced from 10 to 8%, not a big deal, and his level 20 1.5 times last word int multiplier was reduced to 1.2. That one's definitely more of a big deal, but still, definitely very bearable. But what's really good about this hero is the level 10 talent and the change to Arcane Curse. You might be saying, Speed, what was the change to Arcane Curse? This is what it was. If the enemy target is silenced, it does double the damage. At level 10, you also have a 15 Arcane Curse damage talent. You can see where I'm going with this. This hero can be played as a support or as an offlaner. These are the 2 builds I think he's best. Just max the Q. Just max the Q. It does a stupid amount of damage. A stupid amount of damage. It is 55 damage flat. Okay, right? So it's on a 14-second cooldown. It slows by 18%. And then every single time someone casts spells, they get a silence penalty multiplier of 2, right? So they get a multiplier of 2. This refreshes the Arcane Curse. It's doing 55 damage per second for 6 seconds, which is like 300 something damage. It doubles when they're silenced, which you can imagine against Silencer, they're going to be silenced a lot because you have global and you have last word. So it does double the damage, and it's going to constantly get refreshed in teamfights when people aren't paying attention. And did I mention this is an AoE ability? The amount of damage you can do in a teamfight is stupid with this new change to the Q. It's stupid. Yes, the penalty duration was reduced from 5 to 3, so when someone casts a spell, they only get 3 extra seconds. But the thing is, it's still insane how much damage this spell does. And so just basically, if you're playing an offlane, go Veil into like Aether Lens or Veil into Force Staff and just Q people. That's it. Max the Q. If you're having a stupid good game, you can go W next, and then you can go like Treads into Pike. If the game's not as good, it's a little bit meh, you can go Last Word and just primarily be ready to take team fights. Keep in mind, Silencer does not farm that fast. The Q is okay, but you don't farm that fast, so it's very important that you have teammates who can force objectives and farm, because Silencer's not really going to be the one doing it. And last, but certainly not least, I actually have 2 builds. The reason why I have 2 builds is I'm very skeptical about the first one. It's innovative, so it follows that, but it's questionable. It's Undying offlane, or Undying safe lane. During my stream today, the Twitch stream, we actually watched a safe lane Undying. He rushed Lotus. It was very interesting. He won. His SF did crush mid, to be fair, but he won. And the thing is, Undying's Decay basically can kill creeps now. They buffed it where Decay actually does damage to creeps, so 2 Decays at some point in the lane when you get your level 10 talent actually can 2-shot creep waves, which is pretty good for a 4-second cooldown. Right, so Undying can farm. That's the majority of what you need to know. He's like a good laner in some circumstances, and he can farm. The problem is, in some lanes, if he can't contest the wave and he can't farm, the hero is beyond worthless. Like, it just falls behind so easily. On top of that, you really need to make sure your teammates pick initiators and heroes that can go in. If they don't, Undying won't do anything. And so yeah, just keep that in mind. Make sure the hero gets off to a good start. When you do that, you want to go Vanguard or Hood, depending on the game, depending on their damage type. I personally prefer going Vanguard in most games though. Soul Ring, Phase Boots 1 into something like a Lotus, something that gives you mana regen. Otherwise, you will run out of mana. And the more basic build, the one I'm more confident in saying you should try, is Slark. And no, I know this hero is basic. This is not that innovative for the patch. I just want to say the items I think you should be going and that I'm going to try is Wand, sometimes Wraithband if the lane you're against is easy and you can dominate it, Wraithband, into Treads, pretty standard, into Raindrops, also standard, into Echo Saber, also standard, and then Sanjin Yasha. This is also relatively standard, but a lot of people are going Shadowblade and Diffusal, which are not bad items. I just think Sanjin Yasha really allows you to split push incredibly well in this hero without being afraid of dying to ganks, and in teamfights, it lets you be much more of an initiator, much more of a tank than the other 2 items, the Diffusal and the Shadowblade. So I love just Slark's ability to take over dangerous portions of the map, tank ganks, de-ward wards, and basically make the map impossible for the enemy team to play. And I think Sanjin Yasha does that best. After the Sanjin Yasha, you want to buy your Shard, then a Basher, and then a Scotty, sometimes a BKB. But with Sanjin Yasha, largely you're going to be trying to skip the BKB and take your Dark Pack cooldown talent, and should be chilling. But nonetheless, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any builds you've been playing, and are like, wow, this is broken, I need to share this with the gameleap community, put it in the comments, and hopefully we'll read them. Nonetheless, thanks guys for watching. I love you all, and I'm out. Peace. And that's all, but remember, before you leave, come on, before you tune out, subscribe to the gameleap website where we are going to help you get to the next rank. If you're stuck, click the link down below, and I'm out. Peace.